Okay, in this week we have been discussing about some sequential and time series data. So one thing you need to learn, for the sequence data, the traditional k-fold cross-validation doesn't work, okay? So for sequence data, you have to apply or adopt a new validation mechanism if you want to report your model result, or you want to make sure the model that you are developing works for the future data, okay? This is an example of byte sharing data. You can clearly see that the data started at January 2011, okay, and the data was until November 2012, okay. And if I just look for the first year, January 2011 to January 2012, then you can clearly see people were sharing bike more during summer, okay. And interestingly, this data also have a trending pattern. So if you look at the next year data, people were overall sharing more bike in 2012 compared to 2011. So that's the summary, okay? So k-fold cross-validation doesn't work because if you do the k-fold cross-validation, you may learn your model by using these two fold and validate on the older data. Your goal is to actually do prediction for the future. So if you use these two fold as your training and validate on these, then you are actually going back to time. So that's why for time series data, the k-fold cross-validation won't work, okay? So here you have to apply a sequential cross-validation technique or mechanism. You will train on the first two part and then validate on the second, okay? So this is okay, and this one is not okay, as I have just explained, okay? So what is the general idea of sequential cross-validation? You train on one part and then you validate on the second part, okay? And then you train on the second part and you validate on the third part, okay? And you train on the first and second part and validate on the third part, okay? So these are the general ideas. So this is my fold setups. And then I will use first fold as my training and then second fold as validation. I can also use second fold as my training and third fold as my validation. I can also do a first and second fold as my training data and then the third fold as my validation data. Thank you.